Welcome to the CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa. It's round 3 of Fanatec GT World Challenge Europe powered by AWS Endurance Cup. 70 cars set to do battle. Drivers from 14 nations about to go toe-to-toe in what promises to be an absolutely superb race. It is absolutely wide open. Picking a winner is well-nigh impossible. And the weather is inevitably going to play a part in what turns out to be always a thrilling race.
So welcome along to a very rainy Belgium for the iconic 24 Hours of Spa. In previous episodes, we've introduced you to the brand new SRO Esports Sim Pro Series and covered the progress of McLaren Veloce. This is round 3. After the first 2 rounds didn't quite go to plan, it's more important than ever to get some decent points on the board. And while we're here, we've got some exclusive access to Optimum Motorsports and Charlie Fagg, who's actually taking part in the 24 this weekend, and we're going to see how he gets on. We're outside the Optimum Motorsport garage with race car driver Charlie Fagg. Thank you for your time, Charlie.
Pleasure.
We appreciate it. Great quality, by the way.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, happy with that?
Yeah, could have gone a lot worse. So I think we'll take that P5 overall. And obviously, holding class is
nice. Yeah,
special.
Sets you up quite well for the 24.
Yeah,
and then obviously prior to this race, we did the Esports race earlier on. So how many times have you done that? Is that the second one you've done?
Time, yeah.
How did you find it?
It was going really well until I got a drive-through for track limits, which I was extremely upset with. So as part of my dismay, I decided to not take my drive-through, take the disqualification.
Oh, okay.
And go out with a bit of grace and decorum.
Going back to the big one, the race, what are the challenges with this unique 24-hour race of Spa, especially with this weather?
Yeah, I was about to say, if you look behind you probably see, I mean, like you said, the rain is tough. I think what's more difficult is when it goes dry and then a little bit wet, and then is it slicks, is it wet? It's a bit like what we had in qualifying. Just the physical toll that we go through, all the boys go through 24 hours pounding. You know, everyone sees it as a 24-hour race, but the guys have been here since 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
They won't finish until probably 8 p.m. after the race, so they do a 36-hour race.
Yeah.
It's a massive team sport, as everyone knows, but these races are the epitome of that.
Yeah.
I think if someone said to me, you could win this race and not finish any of the other ones, we'd probably take it. That's how special this is. So
amazing.
It would be great, and I think, like you said, we've got a great chance to go out and prove ourselves, and obviously there's a long way to go, but I think we've got a great car, great teammates, and a great team, so
incredible comp. Let's slow down. I'm so ready for this. It's going to be amazing. But best of luck. We'll be rooting for you, and hopefully we'll catch up with you later on.
Perfect.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Cheers.
We're getting closer then to start time. We're about 15 minutes away from the start of the race. There'll be no formation lap. The race will start when the cars move away.
So now we're only a matter of hours away from the Esports race, which is happening this evening. George is here with us in place of Luke. How you doing?
I'm doing really good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you looking forward to the race?
Yeah, really looking forward to it.
It's been quite a mixed start to the season for McLaren Veloce. Why is it so important here to get as many points as possible?
Well, obviously, points equals positions in the championship. So, yeah, we've had a bit of a tough start. This round should be a little bit better. I want to get points and get as many as I can.
And who are our main rivals today? Have we got anyone in particular, or is it just everyone because we're behind the 8 ball at the moment?
It is an absolute battle royale. It's everyone. So I'm just going to send it where I can send it, no matter who it is, no matter what name it is. They're a target and I'm going through.
Love it. Best of luck, mate.
Cheers, man.
Well, how appropriate is it after a morning of just virtually non-stop rain? The sun is actually coming out.
So the grid is now formed, and you can see just how busy it is down there.
I've been given a GoPro, and we're going to have a look at what we can see.
Starting with they're clearing the grid. Can you get off the grid?
Everybody milling around the cars in this 45-degree formation.
Over 70 cars starting here. This is going to be quite some walk.
And we're getting news from the grid that certainly the top 3, and probably many, many more after that, are going slick.
We're still going.
So it's going to be, I think, a very tense opening. Maybe 5 or 10 minutes to this 24-hour race.
Right, everyone's getting ushered off the grid now. We didn't even get the whole way. Okay, so everybody is leaving the grid now. Charlie's literally just getting in the car. He's on slicks, it's incredibly wet. I don't know if I want to do this myself. This is going to be an incredible start to this race.
As the cars now leave the start line, Stefan Rattel, with a big smile on his face, witnesses the start of yet another great race, no doubt, here at Spa-Francorchamps. This is it. The CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa is underway. We start behind the safety car. The clock is ticking. The race is on.
George, hey buddy. How you getting on? You good?
Yeah, good.
What's the Evo like to the previous McLaren?
So the Evo has got a lot more torque to it. So
Yeah.
it moves.
So I saw the guys driving with like zero traction control.
Yeah. So
Can you do that here?
No, that was with the old McLaren. So
Okay, fine. People have been super aggressive, so it'll be interesting to see if they get through Eau Rouge.
yeah, I mean, in this track in the online, I survived 3 seconds. So I'm looking to beat that record.
Beat your record.
Yeah. Can I make it past Eau Rouge? It would be nice.
Great to see you here. Great to see you here. Even though you're not driving, you've been helping George. How's he getting on? How's his preparation?
Yeah, it's looking alright to be honest with you. Lots of stuff to obviously take in.
Having done 2 races yourself, what's the biggest bit of advice you've given George in the prep and the run up to this?
It's difficult because it's hard to give him advice. I know he's very good, so it's come off as condescending, but I think for him it's just, he knows, keep out of trouble. I mean, obviously, a lot of mistakes, a lot of stake, obviously, so the driving is always going to be a little bit more on edge from everyone.
Yeah.
So keeping out and keeping safe is the most important thing, I think.
Well, great to see you, mate.
Good to see you too.
Let's go. Welcome along to the Fanatec Arena, the busiest and noisiest version of the Fanatec Arena that I've seen. Not only is it full in here, but there's people I can see even watching outside. That's how busy it is. But here in the arena, we've just finished quali. George has just finished. He was 5/10 off and 17th, but he was only 2/10 off the top 10. And with the first corner and Radion and Eau Rouge, well, anything can happen, as we've seen earlier on in the different rounds.
Here we go then, folks. We're about to go racing in the SRO Esports Sim Pro Series, powered by Rafa Racing Club. Tobias Gronovold leads the cars to the line. When the lights go out, we will get racing.
So they're off. Let's have a look. Is everybody going to get through here?
Up the hill, too wide, a little bit further back. Blyer has a little nudge. He runs out onto the outskirts of Eau Rouge and Radion, but survives in second position.
We haven't seen as clean a start as this in the previous 2 rounds, so this is quite a surprise. I think everybody's learned from before.
Cars are heavy as they're going to be. The tyres are the coldest they're going to be, as Danny Savini in 8th, still holding on.
I don't want to jinx it. At this point, where we haven't had this in the previous 2 races, he's still absolutely fine with no damage.
Somebody's gone round at the chicane there. I think it might have been Boothby.
So I think I just jinxed it. George has just been hit, so he's right down the bottom in 23rd out of 23. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
The online championships, as you well know, of course, where drivers race from home. Boothby is a joint championship leader online, and yet he's come here in the arena and is in 15th. Just shows, doesn't it, how hard it is to perform in an environment such as this.
Has he got damage?
20 seconds.
Is he going to take it?
He's going to just keep going.
He's going to struggle and just do it.
He's going to just keep going.
Who hits him?
I don't know, everyone works with it.
How is he?
Just had nothing he could do. Probably imagine he's doing well, but
As we're looking once again at the 2 Lamborghinis running down into Le Combe, for good measure, we have got George Boothby trying to buy into this one as well. A little bit of a kiss, and Boothby says, "Thank you very much, Lamborghinis," as they skittle off to the side of the track.
I can't believe he's done that. He nudged one Lamborghini into the other. They're still knocking doors side by side.
As we saw, George got contact into one of the last corners of the lap. He's got 20 seconds of damage, unfortunately, but what he's got to do, and what he has been doing, is just keeping his head down. Everybody is going at it hammer and tong. There's crashes left, right and centre, and George is now up to 17th. So from 23rd to 17th, and it doesn't look like they're letting up yet.
I think it's Boothby and Tanitsa going side by side.
Oh, so it is.
Oh, and
Tanitsa and
Tanitsa's
Boothby
gone
going.
round again. Oh my lord.
Oh dear, oh dear.
George has put in an absolute shift. Despite having that damage from that earlier contact, he's up to 14th place at this point. He's kept his nose clean, he's kept consistent, and he's made up some serious places.
We are on our final lap, and Darren McCormack is our race. It is 10:06 p.m. in-game time. For the final time, we come into the bus stop. Chicane clatters the curve. Does McCormack guess on the gas? But he will take the checkered flag and with it. Come on, he says, behind the wheel. Applause in the stadium. Darren McCormack is our race winner.
So you can see Darren McCormack, you can see it on his face there, has just taken the victory. The first of 5 Mercedes. Mercedes in the top 1 to 5 of this one. George is in 13th position. He's battled back fantastically after that incident earlier on in the race and having all that damage. He is going to have to get a penalty applied, so it's going to be interesting to see where he eventually ends up. Fingers crossed he gets a point, but either way, I think it's just an absolutely heroic effort from George. Bro. How you doing? So what happened?
Started pretty well. I made up a few positions and then I was just going into the bus stop and just got hit from behind. So, I mean, it is what it is, man.
Well, if it makes any difference, I thought it was a mega drive, mate. Genuinely, I thought it was great. Well done.
Night really is closing in, coming up to 5.5 hours. Half an hour to go before the first round of points awards are going to be handed out. And who's going to get it?
So the sun has set here at Spa, but the racing, as you can hear, continues on. Progress report so far is that they got a penalty for track limits, which has put them down the order, so now in 31st. At this point, it's getting pretty late. We're going to get our head down, just like the mechanics are, try and get some sleep, and see how they get on when day breaks tomorrow morning.
John Watson, it has been a busy night and we're in for a busy day because it is still a very unpredictable race to call.
Good morning, guys. We're back here for day 2 of the 24 hours of Spa. The cars have been going all night. As you can hear, they're still going on track. The weather today, thankfully, is much better. It's been dry all night and the guys have made great progress. Charlie is currently in the car. He is P8 overall and P1 in class. We've got 6 hours left of the race, so everything's looking good. Fingers crossed we can bring this one home.
And have a look at Charlie Fagg in the McLaren, who is currently sat in the leading position in the gold category. So they are doing a fantastic job there.
So Charlie's just coming in. I believe he's on his in lap right now. There's another driver ready to go in. So his stint for now is over.
Charlie Fagg, who is doing a great job. BC Rising Star comes into the pit lane.
I'm here outside the McLaren Race Centre Hospitality Suite with Mark from McLaren. Thank you for taking the time to join us, Mark. We're here at the iconic 24 Hours of Spa. How big is this for McLaren on the calendar?
It's huge. I mean, this is the biggest GT event in the world, you know, as far as we're concerned in the GT3, GT4. Here, you only have to look around. Every year I come here now, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a great event, long event for us, but great event to be involved in.
Amazing. And just going back to the esports, obviously the real world stuff is your bread and butter. That's where the history is, and all that sort of stuff.
Slowly changing. But
with the esports coming in, is that going to show, you know, is this showing how much the esports world is growing, the attention that brands like yourselves and others are pumping into it?
Yeah, I think, you know, when we said earlier on, you know, it's vital that we're a part of that world as well. It's an emerging world. I mean, you know, you need to look at the fan base now and the people involved in it, and that, you know, for us to get presence within that and in that sort of world, as I say, it's vital with us. And esports is here to stay. We want it to stay, and if it's here to stay, we need to be part of it, and hopefully winning it.
And the Optimum Motorsport car has had a massively impressive race. It's not only leading its class, it's 10th overall, and that is a mighty achievement. McLaren has had such rock luck in this event over the years. It's great to have a car heading for a category victory.
You join us back here in Optimum Motorsports Garage. It's incredibly busy, as you can see, and with good reason. There's just half an hour left. The car's in P10 overall, but number 1 in class. So I think for the next half an hour, everyone's kind of on tender hooks at the moment. What they need to do is just keep it clean, keep it on track, and bring this home.
We said it before, but getting to the end of any 24-hour race, whether you win it or not, just getting to the end is a massive achievement. Checkered flag at the ready. The crowd strike. 24 Hours of Spa won by Rover Racing BMW for Nick Yellerly, Marco Wittmann and Philip Eng across the line. They win at the end of the 2023 edition of the race.
So this is it, the 24 Hours of Spa has just finished 530 odd laps around this iconic circuit, and as you can see behind me, Optimum Motorsports have just become the winners, P1 in class, and you can see just how much it means to them.
Well, there's big celebrations set for the Optimum Motorsport team, that's for sure, and there on the top step of the podium, the Gold Cup winners for Optimum Motorsport is a win for Sam DeHaan, Tom Gamble, Charlie Fagg and Dean McDonald. Great job done by everybody there, and that will give McLaren real heart, I think.
How was it?
It's tough. This is my third 24-hour,
Yeah.
and the first one I finished. So they've always been pretty unlucky to me, but obviously the racing gods somewhere thought we'd have a good race today. So yeah, pretty mega.
Any issues along the way, or was it smooth sailing, or?
No, we had a couple tough stints. We lost out to a full course yellow
Yeah.
right at the start, but then it was plain sailing. The boys, the mechanics, just work, bang, bang, every pit stop, not one issue. It just ran like clockwork, and it's great to finish first, obviously, but 10th overall in the gold car is pretty cool.
I mean, just 10th overall is crazy. And you did it so well to just stay out of trouble the whole time. There was some big accidents up the top overnight.
Yeah, it's pretty tough out there. Like, there's so much stuff that can go wrong. But I think you need a bit of luck sometimes, and we got that. And we've got some of the best teammates as well in the business. So yeah, mega race and just chuffed.
Incredible. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Congratulations again. Don't drink too much tonight. One final and important message before we end the video. Everyone at Veloce sends our sincere condolences to the family, friends and team of Delano Van Toft, who passed away whilst competing here at Spa this weekend. We're so sad to have learnt of his passing, doing what he loved most.